going back to school as an adult is definitely hard. I was 28 years old when I went back, and even if you don't go to nursing school, it's a challenge. You have to take every day, day by day. You got to have a support group. As a young person in high school, or coming up through the grades, it's pretty easy, and I didn't realize how easy it was until I went back to school 10 years after high school. It was definitely harder to do it. By that point in time, I was married. I done had one child. I was working full time. It was hard. I had to find me a job to let me work nights and let me kind of have the scheduling that I needed so that I could get through school. And so I would work nights, go to school in the morning, get out of school, come home and see my family for just the tiniest little bit, and then go to sleep, wake up, do it all again. So I was getting very little sleep for 3 whole years. It was definitely not the easiest thing to do in life. And one of the biggest things that you need if you're going back to school as an adult is some sort of support group. You've got to have a support group. Now, my support group was my oldest daughter and my wife. They were a very good support group. Sometimes they'd get frustrated at me if I wasn't home or whatever it may be. And, reasonably so, because there was quite often I wasn't home. I wasn't home at nights, and I wasn't home in the mornings, and so it was definitely hard. But we got through it because of the support that I had. And support is definitely one of the biggest things that you need to have. Probably the next biggest thing, or maybe even the biggest thing to some people that you'll need to have, is the drive. You'll have to have the drive to do it. If you do not have the drive, you're not going to get it done, because it's hard. It is not easy going to school day in and day out, and working full time, and making sure your kids is fed and at school and clothed and whatever it may be. It is not easy doing all that. So you got to have that drive. Without that drive, even if you're not in nursing school, whatever your program may be, that drive has to be there. Without that drive, you are not going to make it. Got to have that drive, got to have that support system. Now, I'm going to go ahead and kind of throw this out there. This is kind of my opinion. If you are an adult, community college is the way to go. Like I said, this is my opinion. I feel that there is no better choice for an adult than community college, because they work with you and they have classes that are typically different times. Night school, I went to night school quite a bit. I also went to, I actually had weekend classes, believe it or not. Summer school, weekend classes. I don't know of four-year universities that do that. There may be, but I don't know of them. But community colleges for adults is where it's at. Community college. I love my time at community college. It was fantastic. And then, whenever people say, "Oh, are you Carolina or are you Duke?" Because I live in North Carolina. Like, nah. See where I went to school, don't you? Of course, typically I don't have my community college shirt on. I don't at the time. But I always encourage community college. So you got to have the drive. Well, we'll say drive first. Support system, those two go hand in hand. You got to have both of those. And I'm going to encourage community college, at least for a start, because they have remedial classes, advisors, class schedules that, can be changed up. Community college is the greatest. So if you're going back to school as an adult, good luck to you. My hat's off to you. I did it. I graduated. Like I said, I started at 28, so I wasn't the oldest. I wasn't the youngest, but I did it. You can do it too. Go to school, learn you something smart, get you a degree. I got one. Go out there and do it.